Hello and welcome everybody, this is Yanaman bringing you another Fleet Ops audio commentary. Today I have the pleasure of bringing you a 1 versus 1 on Duel II 1.2. nFrost and Old Timer going up against each other. It's a little bit of a test match here, and we can see that nFrost as the Orange Federation versus Old Timer as the Purple Borg. So Old Timer doing the standard Borg thing, putting a conduction matrix up, and getting out the miners, etc., etc. This guy should be going over to his Tritanium, and I would expect a very standard Borg build from this guy. Needs to be moving this guy over there to be extremely picky, wasting time on this guy. Down here in the bottom, but he's at least doing some scouting, so that's good. Both players are actually. So in this case, we can see that nFrost is putting out his Starfleet engineering, and he put up an Antares yard. I've been of the opinion lately that this here, you can actually get into your economy a little bit faster because this Antares yard is not really doing anything, and the only thing that you're going to do with Starfleet engineering is create chassis level 1. So what most people can do to optimize, tweak, make just a little bit better their fed plays, they can throw down the engineering and then put up their Antares yard with the same constructor or after they make their first mining storage dock thing. Because you see, this yard is actually not building anything right now, and so you could have already been building your mining. Minor optimization. I don't think in the grand scheme of things it's just going to be the be-all, end-all thing, but it's there. So here's a little bit of interesting thing. nFrost is actually placing his storage dock away, you know, the far side of the moon versus his outpost, his starbase, and so that's a little bit interesting, if I do say so myself. So, and we just see Intrepid's keyboard shortcut, I believe it's J, or it could be I, one of the two. You just spam the keyboard until it works. Borg have gotten out the conduction matrix. I'm presuming that there's energy nodes level 1, thank you very much. This guy actually needs to move over to Tritanium, so more than likely what's going to be happening here, whoops, missing a 4th miner. There it is. Ooh, a 3 miner probe. So this is going to try to get a really fast probe. Got 8 collective connections, really trying to get out something very, very fast. This could... Oh, okay, I can see what's going on here. So he's only 50% mining his moons, and he's going to go try to do an early expansion. That's an interesting strat. That could end up costing him. Down here, we still see that we have not actually gotten a single Intrepid out yet. Working on the Starfleet science. Looks like pretty standard warp-in plus Intrepids. This is a nice build, actually, from to be playing as a Federation person as blah 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 blah. What this does for you is it gives you the Tricobalt torpedo, which is a great damage dealer at the very end when you got that vessel down to just 25%, and by golly, is that sucker retreating? Boom! Tricobalt torpedo, blow him up, get a kill, get out. And it's I believe it is long range, or is it artillery? Ooh, it's artillery. So those pesky retreaters, say goodnight. So over here we see that Old Timer's still sitting on 50% mining. He really is sitting on 50% mining, and that is, well, actually, he's actually 1 moon mining at the moment. Effective 1 moon pair of mining at the, and so that's going to be interesting. What's he going to do? Now let's see if we get an uplink, and this should be a scout cube. And here we go. Intrepids. Having fun with the scout cube. And here comes a probe. Give a little bit of fun here. This scout cube can actually keep up with this guy. This ADAI really counters the medium range ships. It's got resistance, and it basically has resistance, so this probe's not going to do a whole lot of damage to it. What it's going to come down in here and do is perhaps... Oh, it looks like he's going to go after the expansion. That's not a bad idea. The problem is needing to get the kill in here. There's an option here. One of the things that you as a Borg player can do, as that Old Timer can do here, is you can capture this guy. I mean, that'd be a little bit hard to do. I haven't seen it done in a long time, but you can end up making a mixed tech and get Federation-resistant adapters. And that's actually kind of cool. I've seen that adapter. Don't knock it. Can do some decent damage. So we're actually looking at a beam cube here, and that's the problem with beam cube is it splits its damage, and so you end up not getting all of your, you don't get any focus fire. And really the name of this game here is you need to focus fire. You want to get the kill. It doesn't matter if you only get one, just get that one kill. And by golly, is this thing just resistant. Federation shields for the win. I'm still of the opinion that, you know, this guy really should capture this guy, capture the Constructor, but they end up getting the Constructor killed, good for them, and now they into a 3v2 versus this Intrepid thing. These, now where's that second Scout Cube? Scout Cube's got to be in here somewhere. This guy backing off a little bit, actually drawing these guys in. See, these guys are not really scared of these probes. Here comes the second Scout Cube, second Beam Sphere. Now, I'm still not of the opinion that these guys are the Beam Sphere is I think that's the wrong module. I don't think you want a Beam Sphere. Beam Sphere does give you a little bit of resistance against beam weapons, but the Intrepids also have torpedoes. But it really just needs, oh, if you can get this kill, get a kill off in there, get the kill off in there. But see, he's splitting the damage, and he ends up taking so much damage too. So, he's going to go back over here and take out the dime mining. Let's take a look. His main base, Old Timer's base here, is sitting on still only 50% mining. Now, the one thing that he wants to avoid here is wasting time on killing this structure here. It's not going to do anything, as really, it's going to take you too long to do it. In the meantime, an Armada yard going up over in the right-hand side. The Federation's still just dealing with one base here. We got a third Intrepid out on the way, and the Federation feeling really kind of a resource crunch here as they're investing so quickly into that Armada yard. It is all the way across the board. If the Borg are like Johnny on the spot with the scouting, they could possibly get into it, but they're not going to. And these Scout Cubes are getting kind of a little bit of physics blocks here. Ooh! And the Intrepids are all over this. Old Timer needs to move out and get out of the way here. Otherwise, it's going to go bye-bye Scube. And the bye-bye Scube is coming in. This guy is going away. Really just not able to get those kills. That Intrepid getting away, able to repair. Fed doing a great job of, so nFrost doing a great job of just staying out of the way. So really need to go into something else. Let's see. We've got a Scout Cube. I thought I saw a Doty up here on the way, and there it is. Let's see what this guy is. It is probably a relay. I believe this is a relay. But a probe getting in and getting almost dead. Now these Intrepids could, if they wanted to, go kill this. They are faster than it. It's a medium-ranged vessel, and so it's kind of slow. Here comes that Scout Cube earlier. Really needs to get on top of these guys. Here comes the Doty. And the Fed really just playing his game here. He keeps his guys repaired. Very smart, not letting them get past shields. And here's where, again, I think the Borgs need... Well, he's got a lot of damage ships. At least they're doing something. This Doty going to sit here and... Oh, let's see. Now, one of the things that dodecahedrons can do is they can put a relay node down, and he just needs to not get caught. If that's what he wants to do here, he could do it if he wanted to. Just needs to not get caught. these Intrepids are not going to let that happen. nFrost is not stupid. He does not want to let this happen. Let's see if that happens. Let's see what's going on here. Is this guy... Alright, so watch this. So this is a support vessel. These guys are going to do nothing to this. Woo, hello. I take that back. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to take their butts kicked. This guy needs to back off. He's losing it. They are... Uh-oh. Down it goes. Down it goes. It's just the number. So this guy does counter these Intrepids. Really, the problem here is that he just doesn't have enough of them. Really needs to expand on his mining here. That's really what's holding him back. He could have double the resources and double the fun and another scout cube or another Doty on the way here. So at least he's keeping his at least Old Timer's doing a good job here of keeping his damaged ships at least productive. And now we see them going into the Armada yard not being used here. This here, since we don't see any Novas, this is actually a Risner. And so Risner gets some bonuses to, I believe, gets this offensive bonus, which is nice. Oh, and gets the kill here, so not able to recoup the damage, not able to recoup the cost of those. So in the meantime, Intrepid's coming out. Slowly getting mass here. Borg here. Second Doty on the way. These things are just going to take forever to regen, though. Now, this is where the economy is going to turn around on them. We're going to see Avalons here very shortly, just because Avalons are cool, and nFrost is going to end up putting those on the board. Okay, so the Borg have done a decent job at the moment. Except for this major mistake here in the main, putting up another uplink. This is going to give, I don't know, he's got sitting on 25 connections. Is obviously still in energy nodes level 1, which is all he really can support this moment with the way he's got his mining. These scout cubes mining have finally started regenerating. Where are the Intrepids? Now, a little bit of scouting would do a lot of good because the Borg could get some easy kills because these guys are not. Old Timer could do a good job of just raiding the crap out of the Tritanium. Not that the Tritanium is what they're hurting on. Okay, so we got half damaged ships going into battle against superior numbers. Not a good thing. Time to run. Buddy, this is going to end up costing the Borg horribly. These guys are going to end up... you can see the Intrepids getting just basically tagged pretty hard. But down goes the Scout Cube, and I don't know what the Borg is... Old Timer here is not watching his ships right. Oh, that's because he's down here. And that is going to cost him handily. You can see that these Intrepids are getting nasty, like beat up on, and this one's going to go down. Down it goes. Yep, and it gets gone. We do see that there's an E2 on the way. This probe getting busted up, but the dodecahedrons are putting a good hurt on some of these Intrepids. Another dodecahedron would really counter these Intrepids pretty nice and hard, but the Borg here, Old Timer needs to be careful. Needs to baby his ships a little bit more. Down here, he is getting the kills on these, but again, this beam sphere scube. This beam scube is just not really giving him sort of what he needs here. So great job on getting into this. This one needs to get up in here and do a little bit of damage here. So managed to kill off some of this Tri. 3 Intrepids down here, moving up with right behind these 2 over here. These guys doing a good job of raiding here. So the Borg pushing through really sort of this economy mistake, and I'm surprised just how well he's doing. Uh-oh, an assimilator. Let's check. What do we got here? This is an optimized Borg. This assimilator is not going to have the defensive passive that the Assim Borg's assimilator has. And the reason that is important is because that 20 defense makes a ton of difference. And there okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier, these Intrepids special, where you got that ship that's just getting away, and you're like, no, come back here, and then you shoot the tricobalt torpedoes, down it goes, just like that. Even though that was a scout, that was probably still a good use of his time, worth his money. So let's see, his Doty's sitting out here, hanging pretty. Here's a DPS Assim. Now if this guy's sitting on 48 defense, these guys are sitting on 42. So the thing that's going to get targeted here first is this Doty. These Doty's going to move in here. This is an interesting. Let's see, is this guy a support ship? No, it's not a support ship. At least it's a long, so the medium. This 80 AI is countered as medium, and so he's not getting countered by that. As this guy slowly moves down into this main base here, those Intrepids are not. Where are those Intrepids? There's the single E2, and these guys are going to be moving up. And here's another assimilator, and that is going to hurt. So here we have the Borg down here in the Tritanium, tri-locking, quite frankly, the Federation, but the Federation has a little bit of a Fed roll going. And it's time for the Borg to move. They know where the fleet is, time to move. Interesting, it looks like heavy weapons autonomy is up and on, unless he is expecting perhaps to get a double shot at this. He's expecting the regen to happen that fast? No, not at all. He's just going to get a kill here. Let's see if the Borg are moving down in there. They are moving on here. Again, the structure is just too dense, really, to make a big kill here. So the Doties are going to move up in here, and ooh, buddy, this could get interesting real quick. As these Doties are going to be just tearing up everything. This DPS Assim. So a split force. You see that Oldtimer had pushed out his resource assimilators so that to split them up, and so here we have it. These guys are tearing into the Feds, and the Feds are, uh-oh, hello, these scout cubes moving around. Oh, doing a great job of hemming in the Feds mining. And this is not a warp-in Fed either. So this guy is all over it. So Oldtimer doing a good job of really hurting the Feds here, and these guys are gonna again, these beam cubes are not able to get the kill that they need. They're gonna try, but again, it's just not gonna work. So the Fed really needs to. Ooh, this is not a good thing if that's what they want to do. He's going after this, and I don't think this is the really right thing. I think you should take this Doty, place it right in here, and make it a turret. Here comes. Okay, watch this. This Intrepid is just going to die if it doesn't watch out. And if those relays only could do, it looks like there's a little bit. Oh, down it goes. Oh, and they're going to catch this Excelsior. Oh, man, this thing could really take some pounding if it doesn't watch out, and it's going to go down. Okay, here comes the Intrepids. Okay, if they could get this. Oh, if they could get that kill. Do not give up on it. Do not give up on it. Kill that sucker. Can you kill it? Oh, no, he gave up on it just at the last minute, and I think he really would have had it. So these guys can really just kind of. So Oldtimer doing a good job of really moving things around, really cutting into this Fed fleet. This scout cube needs to watch out. Keep his DPS. Where'd that? Oh, Doty, come back, come back. Oh, half your forces, not a good thing, not a good thing. This Doty gonna be able to take out. Oh, an Intrepid, another Intrepid falls. This scout cube is gonna try to run into this nebula. Really, that's just an old-time scare tactic, because quite frankly, those nebulas are not that bad anymore. Oh, a pair of Excelsior 2s coming back in. And another Intrepid going to take another loss, and it goes down. Wow. And these Intrepids are getting slaughtered. This Doty does need to get away now. It is taking a lot of unnecessary, well, hard to deal with fire. And another Intrepid. Oh, it barely gets away. Oh, and that would have been a ranked up one. 2 silver bars. Borg are sitting on Oh, another Sim. So this is a fairly non-standard Borg build. And the Federation are hurting on... They are tri-lock like you wouldn't believe. Take a look at this. There are no ships building. This Federation nFrost here is feeling the pinch. Not able to get any sort of warp-in support. The warp-in would really be helpful here. I really think the Borg have got a great shot at this one. Doing a great job of babying his ships. A little bit micro here and there. But by and large, good stuff. So, you can see those dodecahedrons really just sort of taking apart that Intrepid fleet. I believe he had about 8 at one time, or at least 7. And nFrost hanging out here looking like he's a little bit despondent, kind of maybe he's just feeling like he doesn't have anything. And really, he could just repair this guy, if nothing else. Kind of needs to decom something here. The Borg here, in the meantime, are not pressing their advantage, not doing a good job of scouting, because really, this should be a death blow. This should be a death blow. The Fed fleet is here. It's got 6 ships. The Borg ships have been tearing it apart. Needs to get on it. So here's that damaged fleet. And that's a nice little use of it. Just keep that guy out of the mainstay battle and do the raiding. And so get over here, take out the Tri. This guy is tri-locked. If only he knew. And there's another miner looking to try to get that. I really think nFrost here needs to take his mining off the dilithium, go straight into his tritanium, baby that for a little while. The Borg gathering their forces. This is now becoming a tri-locked Borg player, as, again, he needs to invest a little bit more into his dilithium. An extra resource assimilator on his dilithium moon would be great. Anyways, so the Borg gathering their 3rd assimilator, DPS of Sims, and needing to move in, needing to get in and make some kills. Make something happen, gotta leg up, don't let the Fed get back on the board, because the Fed is amazing in how fast it can kind of come back. So we got another E2 on the way. This nFrost trying to go the E2 build. It's not the Mason E2, but it's certainly looking perhaps to get enough of those on the board. So here the support vessel going to take a little bit of fire, and here comes the DPS Sims, and they are just going to tear through this sucker. Down goes an Intrepid. Another Intrepid about to bite it, as they are all concentrating on this one assimilator. This is the problem with Optimize Sims. They are not very strong. They do take a lot of damage. Now this is where you need to kind of play it smart, keep really on top of your Borg ships. And actually, Old Timer's doing a good job here. Old Timer in here, getting some torpedoes in on that guy, and it is going to go down! Die. And it makes it! The torpedo, that is. The ship, not so much. And so that is really where this is going. The Borg making a ton of headway on this guy. This guy's going to turn around. This guy will make it into repair. But really, this is where just need to just burn down everything here. The Federation is not going to be able to repair past this DPS with the ships as they come out. These DPS Sims, though weak, are making up for it with their ton of beam and torpedoes. And so the Borg really getting not the short end of the stick for sure. These E2's going to come in here trying to get some kills out of stuff. But let's see if... Oh, and then down here, some raiding going on as well. Doing a good job of keeping the Feds out of their Tri. That's a... This is just a sort of a done game here at the moment. I really think what the Borg should do is fight back some of these guys, put up a DOE turret, and does it make it? Boom, it does make it. Just put up a DOE turret right around here. Don't need to do too much beyond that. The Borg do have... Oh, here's a sphere. That'll come up nicely. just burn through this. Keep the pressure on here. Don't know why he's moving away. Maybe he's just trying to draw these ships out further. So he's in 2 places at 2 times. That's great. Really, the warp in needs that warp in. The Federation could get a huge boon if they could get that warp in. Where's this guy going? What does he think this? Okay, Old Timer needs to. Old Timer does need to make continuous push. He needs to do more scouting. This Federation person is just dead. nFrost is really dead in the water here. Don't know why he gave up on this one. I think he could have just assimilated it. Old Timer making short work, doing a good job here. And the game goes to Old Timer. So there you have it. Borg coming out victorious with some very non-standard play. And so, congratulations both players. Thank you all. This is Yanniman signing off. I'll see you on the flip side.